Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your yearly reading for 2024. Now, I'm going to do your overarching energy first and then follow it with an individual look at each month. And I am going to make you aware of some very difficult planetary alignments this year, but I want you to be aware that actually, on a personal level, there's a lot of positive energy for the collective to tap into. So it's not all doom and gloom. However, I feel it is important to make you recognize, and you probably feel it already, that things are shifting in a very intense way, shall we say. But I do have to make you aware that there is so much positive stuff to also tap into there too. This year, it will be considered an intense transitional year full of plot twists, shocking exposés, and new technological firsts. A year that will be governed by the super serious planet Saturn, the great karmic retribution planet that can throw some tough lessons, challenges, or course corrections our way, but actually encourages us all to get serious about our life path for our highest good. Now, I've already mentioned one of the most significant and powerful transits occurring on the 20th of January. Pluto moves into the maverick and revolutionary sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius energy rules society, social order, people's rights, infrastructure changes, as well as technological advances. And Pluto, you know, that is your governing sign, so you do understand the weight of this situation yourself because it asks you to see below the surface. Pluto is also associated with the Judgment card, an awakening to connect to your soul on a deeper level, to reset or rebirth in some way. So this year, we can all expect some wake-up calls and controversial revelations on a global scale. Now, I'm just going to pop this deck over here. It's worth noting as well that, you know, this is a transitional year for major change, and it really is a big deal because Pluto does not change signs regularly. It's often referred to as the generational planet, and the last time Pluto was actually in the sign of Aquarius long-term was 1778 to 1798, where we had powerful uprisings in the form of the American and French revolutions. Now, that may be an indication of what is to come in the future because this energy is with us right up until 2043, okay? Maybe how the collective might be feeling, that they desire change in some way. And of course, it starts from January 2024. Now, every planet, of course, has a positive and a negative. And on the negative side, we may see oppressive power plays or restrictions on freedoms of speech or changes in policies, rules, and regulations. But actually, on the positive, we'll see more potential for a power to the people energy, as Aquarius tends to join society together to exert their free will rather than to tear it apart. And also, I mean, some people may not want to hear this, but I feel it's really important to tell the truth of the planetary alignments and how they can affect us all globally. It is worth noting that, you know, how could I put that? Last time Pluto actually moved signs long-term was in 2008, and it moved into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power structures. Now, Pluto, as you know, can be a very destructive force, but actually it helps rebirth or change something for the positive. So sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable before it gets really positive. And in 2008, we did see one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. Now, that, of course, is not positive, But I feel it's important to recognize that Pluto will spend the majority of time in the sign of Aquarius. So that is positive, but it will retrograde from September to November back into the sign of Capricorn. And this could indicate that we may potentially see some crisis moment economically. Now, as Pluto moves back into Aquarius, this is where we may also see a more global launch of economic technology, or something even we have never seen before, okay? Because Aquarius energy fast tracks innovation, especially in the realm of technology and AI. And I have been saying this for quite some time, and I'm just reiterating because my guides really want people to be aware. It's a perfect time to get into the habit of downloading monthly statements to keep a documented proof of what you have in your accounts, should there ever be any gremlins in the system this year at all. And I'm not saying that they will be, but I feel the climate, shall we say, is ripe for it. Now, Pluto also reveals all hidden agendas, wrongdoings, or any information kept from the collective from January the 20th onwards. So do watch out for any distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial moments, because they will show up as well. Ultimately, there is a strengthening of community this year, giving a voice to the collective, a real desire to change the world for the better, and a yearning for more independence on a personal and a global scale. On a more personal, positive note, Pluto asks you, of course, to see below the surface, and you always tend to, my beautiful Scorpio, and not take things at face value. This transition will influence you in a major way to transform your life, to reestablish your power, exert your independent nature, and do bold and daring things that you've never done before. It's a time to integrate and spread your wings to fly. On a psychological level, it will help you break free from negative patterns, to free yourself up from any self-sabotage traits or even self-doubt. And Mercury, planet of communication, starts the year direct, making for a smoother transition into 2024. And if you're thinking about launching something online this year, it really will be very prosperous because the energy really supports it. Humanity will access clear, logical thinking. You'll feel more organized to make swift decisions or changes to enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. Also, planning and strategizing will be at the forefront of your mind. And of course, my favorite planet, Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity, will be in the Earth sign of Taurus. So, as I said, there are some difficult alignments that could affect financial situations. However, Jupiter at the beginning of the year is in the sign of Taurus. So you might be more budget or money focused, and also get serious about your goals and dreams with a renewed fire in your soul. And this is a positive time to increase your finances. But at the end of the year, that's something to look out for, okay? Because that's when things change. Now, Jupiter also aspects Saturn to start this year, which is truly fortuitous for the collective, adding extra luck. It kind of takes the edge off that strict energy that Saturn really brings. And then, of course, Uranus and Jupiter take over to amplify that success, that opportunity, and good luck overall, as well as encouraging you to seek new knowledge, either through classes, books, or online downloads. And with all these shifts and plot twists, you may even find yourself being super flexible to combine all these elements and find new ways of earning money throughout the year, especially online, and generate more finances to create security in an ever-changing environment. Now, it will be more important than ever to create space for mindfulness this year, to connect to nature and focus on your true calling, as well as develop and nurture friendships and relationships. And of course, there are some bumpier times ahead in 2024. We've already seen some of them, but believe it or not, Jupiter is taking the edge off of what it could be because Saturn is a very strict planet. It's important to watch out for 3 major events at the end of the year. And I don't want anyone to be paranoid, okay, or worried, because fear creates anxiety and unwellness. I feel like the collective are in a really strong position to weather these changes, because overall, Aquarius is protecting us in that realm, shall we say. Uranus retrogrades from September, Jupiter retrogrades from October, and Saturn direct from November. And this combination, it did happen at the same time as that financial domino effect I mentioned in 2008. So it could set us all up for a bit of a wobble. However, I feel, you're in a really good position to weather those changes. I mean, look, we've got October the tower for you. So that does indicate some sort of change going on. But ultimately, the year ahead has so much potential for you yourself to tap into. And, you know, January is the blueprint to start from, to reach higher than ever before, recognize that true happiness comes from within, establish a security and success throughout the year, and of course, bring in more comfort and prosperity as well there. So, you know, it is going to be a bit of a plot twist year, and, you know, 2025 will be very, very interesting. But I feel that, you know, it's almost as if this year there's a lot of good stuff to tap into, and I feel like you'll really make the most of it. I mean, Jupiter really is on your side. I had to mention all those planetary alignments, not just to fill the time as I shuffle all your cards to get each month out, but also to make you aware of how you can tap into this energy for change. You know, Saturn is going to help you be a little bit more time efficient, to be really serious about your goals, but also, you know, globally, there may be some changes in infrastructure where you may notice more redundancies around the world, or more ways where people change what they do for a living in order to increase their finances, because we do have a lot of luck on our side at the beginning of the year regarding money, and, you know, find different ways of working, second streams of income, or alternative approaches to the working environment. So, you know, it's a mixed bag. I'm not going to lie to you, but looking at your cards, we got Jupiter. This year, this is your overarching energy. Good luck is on your side, okay? It says here, you know, luck, abundance, growth, success, fulfillment, happiness, travel, you know, chance, foreign affairs, optimism, and exploration. You're doing things differently this year. I definitely see that you're approaching your life by living on your own terms, but also there's an energy of exploration, you know, curiosity about what the world can offer you in all areas of your life. You know, if you're looking for love, I feel this is a good year where you will find love, but also I feel it may trigger some, you know, anxieties from the past. If you've had difficult situations in the past regarding love, there is a potential to make you feel a little bit nervous about getting into a high level commitment. But I actually see that the person that you connect to is your life partner. Okay, so this reading is not really meant to focus on love, but it is showing up there. Expect a lot of out of the blue moments for you, but they all tend to be pretty positive. I mean, round about, you know, October time, you need to look out for some sort of surprise, but we will get there when we get there. But ultimately, I feel like you're taking a risk on life. You're shaking things up a little bit. You may have promised yourself that you're going to do lots of different things, or you're going to try lots of different things, or even reconnect a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, a much younger part of yourself that perhaps there's a hobby or something you used to do, and you're like, you know what, I used to love doing that. Why did I stop doing it? Or why have I disconnected from it? This is the year to reconnect and really fully establish yourself. And I feel there's more of a connection to your emotions this year. Some of you may have felt like you've been running on autopilot, or you felt a little bit numb in the last couple of years, and you're not typically a sign that is numb, okay? You're a very deep feeling person, but you may have felt like you had a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders and you just had to get by, and you're just doing life. So it just felt like, you know, you were in a cycle of repeat. But this year, I really feel like you are restructuring your world, and things are about to get very interesting for you. We have, you know, the mutable moon there for you. Now, this indicates flexibility. It says here, nothing is set in stone. Stay adaptable. Lack staying power. Something is changing. Something's not final. Unstable situations, scattered energy. And this is what you're really focusing on turning around. I really feel like you're recognizing that sometimes when we have a goal or a dream, you know, we envisage a way that we're probably going to get there, okay? So we start to think, I really want that. It's at point B. But in order to do that, I need to take a linear approach and get from A to B. But the universe can, you know, show up and throw some plot twists for you, especially when you've got Jupiter, which is ultimately the Wheel of Fortune. You know, sometimes the universe says, no, you can't go from A to B. You have to go A.1, then A.2, then A.3, and then A.4. 4 and then maybe B. Okay, so I feel like you're recognizing there is purpose in these plot twists, whether you're meant to meet someone new or whether you're meant to have another opportunity that really enriches your journey, or whether you are developing something and there's knowledge at a different point in your life. So you're recognizing that everything is connected, and I really feel that you are remaining very flexible this year and looking at your sense of control. Okay, now I always say this. If you have placements in Leo or even Taurus, because I did a Taurian reading, and it looks like the collective in general is looking at that energy of control, holding on to things too tightly. And, sometimes if you think about, luck or opportunity like a butterfly that lands in your hand, you want to keep that opportunity. You want to keep that good luck, but if you do that, and you try to hold on to it, and you could crush it or suffocate it. So I feel like you're allowing it to come to you, and it will stay if it's meant to stay, and if not, it's not meant for you. So I feel like you really are tapping into this sense of what is meant for you will never pass you by, and you're not trying to push too hard for something. Don't get me wrong, you're still very ambitious, focused, and you're going to have the drive and the intention to get stuff done, and the willpower is going to be increased this year as well. But I really feel that, this is your year for better luck. And a lot of Scorpios out there, I'm a Scorpio too, I can just almost hear the groan, like, yeah, really? Okay, I'll see it when I believe it. And I really am feeling that myself as well. How is, 2024 going to be any different from 2023? But you're about to see there's some really awesome things coming your way, okay? I mean, looking at the beginning of the year, I can't lie to you, I feel like you have a very slow burn start to the year. And although things will pick up pace for you, and you're going to be very busy, don't get me wrong, you're still going to be very productive, and I feel like you're doing this thing of decluttering your life, like cleaning house. And I don't mean that you're just cleaning your apartment or cleaning your house if you're lucky enough to have a house. I feel like actually you're cleaning and decluttering your life. And I feel that, you are actually looking at your goals and dreams. I mean, you've even got the fish there. I mean, the LENORMAND deck, that means good luck, opportunity. But let me go and show you each card individually. You've got the stars energy, which means you are clear thinking. I feel if some of you have been a little bit confused recently about your path, or felt a little bit like you're drifting, or even felt that you've had a lot of tests come your way. This year is different, okay? I feel it hits different for you. There's a lot of positive moments for you, but ultimately you're learning about pace and learning how to, take action and then be still, allowing the universe to come to you to deliver. But the star energy is a wish being delivered to you as well there. So I definitely see some positive stuff, and this is your overarching energy. But it's also about being recognized for, your talents, your skills. I definitely see this as a year of recognition, your reputation really speaking for itself, that you're someone who is destined for the top, that you're really good at what you do. I'm getting this energy of being admired from afar, okay? Now, the energy is not showing me whether it's love or whether it's ambitious, like if you're in a career or anything. I'm just seeing you being admired by people, really seen for who you are. The fact that you allow yourself to be your wonderful, authentic self and live life on your own terms. I feel that's part of the energy, but I feel like you're going to be appreciated by people around you a lot more this year. And they may not tell you, but you're going to feel it, okay? I definitely see that people are seeing you for who you truly are. And the star energy also indicates you focusing on your goals, your dreams. And if you're someone who is in the public eye, or you want to be in the public eye, this is a big year for fame. Really, people seeing you and, you having stardom. So even if you are someone who's an influencer online, you may see your stuff go viral this year. I definitely see that you have a far-reaching energy this year. And if on a more localized scale, you may be getting to know people in the community or be well known in the community, I feel like people, they gravitate towards you. But ultimately, I feel, my beautiful Scorpio, part of you is trying to be really optimistic this year. Of course, you're going to do things differently, and you are having a heightened awareness. You start the year with the High Priestess. So you are heightened in your emotions, your intuition, and, you're really keeping an eye on the world at large. But also on a more personal level, I feel like you're really tapping into your sense of self and knowing that you will be successful, and knowing knowing that the journey, whilst it is paved with obstacles and plot twists, I feel like you're seeing clearly. You have lots of new ideas, you're inspired, and part of yourself is returning. And I feel that's a very, very exciting place to be in as well there. Now, we do have the moon, okay? I mean, with the stars and the moon there, it can indicate that not only are you allowing yourself to be seen, you're also identifying areas where people drain your energy or try to dull your shine, or, people that perhaps make you feel a little bit like low self-esteem or not good about yourself. You're really looking at that and you're cutting it out, okay? As I see here with the whip, you're being really strict. So, and this could also be a food substance. If you have anything that's draining you, or if you have like hormonal imbalance, I really feel like you are doing like a major overhaul to make sure that you have balance, harmony, and cut out anything that drains you or makes you feel lethargic, or, anything that you feel is not good for you there as well. Now, the moon card is a card of intuition. So this is a big year for heightening your spiritual gifts. Also really, feeling those emotions, and also looking at fears, what's holding you back, and also really getting rid of those energies in order to truly be seen, because it's like you're knowing when it's time to be seen and go off the grid, okay? Because I really get this energy that you fluctuate between perhaps getting out into society or being a little bit more sociable, and then suddenly you need to withdraw in order to recharge your batteries and also spend time with yourself. You actually really enjoy time by yourself, and it's going to be quality time this year. I actually see that you're going to be very creative. And I feel that a lot of you are connecting to nature in a big way, but also I feel like there's a big dream or goal that you're working towards this year. You're going to have it. I feel like you're going to have it in a faster time than you expect as well. And when we have the whip energy, this is you looking at repetitive cycles of pain, or, it's almost like also, some of you may be looking at where you keep people or situations at arm's length, and whether you're creating a healthy boundary, or whether you are pushing situations away because you've had experiences in the past that are very similar that may have hurt you. Especially when it comes to love, sometimes we can, in pain, if we've had heartbreak in the past, we can build a wall so that we feel protected, that nobody's ever going to hurt us again. But at the same time, that brick wall does not allow the right love in. So I feel like you're recognizing, it's healthy to build a healthy boundary and not a brick wall. So you're recognizing what's good for you and what's not good for you, and you're really honing your intuition and you're listening to it, okay? Also, the whip energy can indicate you're going to be really strict with your time. I feel like you're going to be super organized. And I feel, it's a whip there, but it always reminds me of a broomstick. And not only is that you developing your spiritual gifts, but I feel this energy of you decluttering life in general. Some of you right now, I'm seeing people go through closets and get rid of like old clothes, or, doing some DIY around the home. Now, this could be something that you're really concerned with at the beginning of the year, but I feel actually it's something that's throughout the year. You're going to discover things that perhaps you haven't seen for a long time, and you think, that's a really nice memory, I'm going to keep that. And then you might go through something else and think, oh, wow, I was wondering where that went to. I don't really need that in my life anymore. I've evolved away from that. So now I'm actually going to give it on to someone who could love it more than I do, or you're going to recycle it, or do something where you just move it out of your life, okay? Now, the whip energy also indicates if there's anybody who causes you like tension, promises you the world, delivers nothing, angers you, or, there seems to be something painful in your life right now, or something in 2023 or even before that was painful. And it could be a person, the way that they treat you, could be a frenemy, it could be a working environment, it could be a food substance, it could be, the environment that you live in. Whatever it is that you feel is not right for you or has been hurting you in some way, it's gone. This year, you're leaving it behind completely. And number 11, the whip means you're going to be very strict about yourself and your path. So you're going to be more time efficient. You're not wasting time, shall we say, on things that perhaps drain your energy or derail you or try to derail you from your path. So I feel like you're actually being very strict with yourself. Also strict with your budget. Some of you may have a large purchase that you want to make this year, and I feel also that you are going to be This is interesting. It's coming through, and this energy did pop up for the collective last year. I feel like you're being stricter with yourself in what you observe, okay? Because the star and the moon, these are light sources, and the whip, of course, is to be strict with yourself in the Lenormand deck. So I feel like you're looking at things that create fear within you. You know, clickbait, if we're watching like news articles. I mean, does anybody watch mainstream news anymore? Probably not. But you know, if you're looking at something online, if it says, oh my gosh, this is the biggest thing ever, you need to watch this, you're being really discerning, saying, probably don't need to watch that. Probably going to be nothing in particular. It just wants to create fear within you. And remember, fear, it weakens our immune systems. It also plays havoc with our mental health. So I really feel this year you're kind of looking for a more peaceful approach. And you're really looking at what you observe, what you listen to, what you watch, what you eat. I feel you're just promising yourself, body, mind, and soul, to manage your stress levels and just find peace of mind. Even get out into nature a little bit more as well. Now, we do have the fish there, and the fish, of course, is abundance. So again, it corresponds with that Jupiter card. More money flowing into you, and a little bit more smoothly as well. But ultimately, the fish is to be in the flow and find your freedom, okay? To be in the rhythm of your life, and also to connect to your soul song. Fishes, they tend to represent, prosperity, also business. This is going to be a great year for business for you. If you're in a business that you work for someone else, I feel like there's potential for promotion, especially around about April time for you, or even a bonus as well there. But you may get news of it in March. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, you may expand your business this year and go a little bit more global, or even, have different branches off that business as well. And if some of you are, looking for work, if you've been made redundant, I definitely see that there are a couple of opportunities throughout the year, but I feel there's a major opportunity round about end of April into May for you, where you get to be in a position of power, of status, more money. It's really in alignment with your true life's calling, true mission, okay? And I feel there's this energy of you making progress and really establishing yourself as the best that you can be, really mastering your craft, and people really noticing you, and your reputation increases as well. Now, if you are someone who's retired, I definitely see that you're looking at your place in the world where you feel like you belong, and that is in terms of, where you live. I feel some of you, especially since we got the World card and we've got the Chariot card here for you, some of you may have a base somewhere and then a holiday home somewhere else, or maybe this is what you're saving for. For some of you, if you're worried about pension, plans and things like that, because of course we do have major fluctuating like interest rates and, increase in, life and the way that we live, I feel that you are going to be stricter with your budget and make your resources go a long way. I actually see that there's nothing to worry about. I mean, as I said, when we get to October, there could be some major shift there, but we'll get into that when we get there. And believe it or not, my beautiful Scorpio, this year, it's like you're promising yourself to be a little bit more sociable than usual, okay? But you're going to know when to dip into society or to your friends and see people or get involved in the community or even go to festivals and events and things like that. But also, you're going to know when it's time to withdraw and really listen to your body so that you can recharge your batteries and really, formulate plans and just, be on your own, to be that, because I'm getting this energy of lone wolf, okay? But at the same time, I feel you do need connections, okay? And of course, you don't need connections, but I feel the way that you recharge your batteries and like bounce ideas, brainstorm, or, have conversations with people, I feel it also revitalizes your energy in a different way. So I definitely see you being a little bit more community involved. If some of you move to a new neighborhood this year, because I definitely see potential moves happening this year for you, I feel like you get involved in the neighborhood quite quickly and you're really welcomed into that as well. It's almost like you find your soul tribe this year. Even if you're like doing a hobby or connecting to, new environments, I feel like you're building your soul tribe there too. Now, of course, the birds can indicate restlessness, so I feel like you're heightenedly aware of anything that makes you anxious or restless, but also I get this energy that you're going to communicate something this year that could actually be very lucrative. So some of you may be writing something. This is a big thing that I'm feeling for the collective, this energy of wanting to express. So some of you may actually want to write a book, or you may write a screenplay or do something really creative where you are using it as a platform platform to, cathartically get your thoughts out on the page, or even experiences that you've had, because you've had a very interesting life. And I feel the last couple of years, it may have felt very much like nothing was happening. But everything was happening at the same time. And I feel there's a time before that where you may write about your experiences, or, maybe have a vlog or something like that where you communicate with people. And I feel there's a high potential for you to find your life's purpose through that as well. Now, of course, number 12 is the Hangman energy. So lots of new knowledge. Some of you are definitely embarking on new classes of learning this year. So you might put yourself on like a course, or you may upskill or gain new knowledge through books, art, theatrical experiences, or even groups, because I see a lot of group energy happening this year for you. Ultimately, I feel like you're going to spread your wings and fly. And I feel you have a lot of potential to negotiate better deals this year. Now, this could be in terms of purchases, okay? You may negotiate people down, so there's more money in your pocket than someone else's. But also, I feel like, if you're going for a new role, or if you are embarking on a major project, I definitely see that you can increase your finances or increase your wealth in some way. Even though the overall energy globally is difficult, don't get me wrong. I'm highly aware of the energy is shifting, that, the price of living is going up a little bit more this year, okay? There's going to be some ups and downs, of course, but I feel, you're in a really good position to weather any of these changes, and you're starting there with the High Priestess. So a lot of you are like slowly moving through January. You're decluttering. You're looking at what's right for your life. I get this energy of simplifying as well, really tapping into your inner wisdom, trusting your intuition as well there, but also it's like, really, who are you, and what do you want, and what are the next steps to embody the journey that you want long term. So I definitely see a very thoughtful, soul-searching approach to 2024 and how it's going to be different for you. Now, also, the High Priestess can be a card of caution. So some of you are like, uh-oh, it's 2024. What's happening this year? And already in the month of January, because I'm doing this reading, a little bit late, because, of course, I had a power cut there and everything went down. So I feel like you're kind of like looking at life in general, like globally, like what's next, okay? So I feel like you're keeping an eye on things, which is healthy to do. But at the same time, I feel it's really important not to allow that increase of anxiety or fear to come over you, okay? So that's really coming out there as well. This is about personal development and blossoming from the inside. So a lot of you may enrich yourself and like put yourself on a course. It could be to develop your spiritual gifts, or embrace more meditation, more quiet time, more reading. Some of you may even like think about going on a spiritual retreat. And these may be things that are not just happening in January. These could be things that you are planning for throughout the year, okay? It's really interesting because, and it's so bizarre. I mean, this is January that I'm doing right now, but when I look at this card, okay, although that's not a diary, I keep seeing a diary there. So, I wish you could see what I can see, but it's almost like you're putting new things in the diary for the rest of the year, okay? So I feel you want this year to be very interesting, exciting, and enriching in terms of knowledge, but also your spiritual gifts. You are highly intuitive and, even psychic. And I feel you're going to develop a lot of that as well. I'm seeing like lots of different like courses coming. I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. They're showing me things like hypnotherapy, meditation, yoga, what's that? Remote viewing, maybe even tarot cards. I feel like the mysticism energy coming through. So some of you, it doesn't have to just be about mysticism. It can be about watching documentaries, about mysteries or the unknown. I feel like you may submerge yourself in like true stories. And, I just get this energy of you like looking at otherworldly energies for you to tap into and really embrace your inner life a little bit more this year. And it starts in January there as well. Now, also, as I touch it, I'm hearing keys to the kingdom. Sorry, let me get my teeth back in my mouth there. Keys to the kingdom when I touch this card. So some of you, keys can represent destiny, finding solutions to any problems that you have right now, really doing a bit of soul searching, but also, keys can kind of represent unlocking revelations, major breakthroughs, connecting to fate and karma. And I feel this month is about you recognizing what it is you truly want, living life on your own terms, decluttering, and tapping into that otherworldly energy. The High Priestess can connect to other timelines and say, you know what? I can see a life where I am truly successful and I have everything that I need. When you visualize that, you're tapping into the law of attraction. You're telling the universe, this is what I deserve. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to work towards. Now, of course, karma, it works in a very interesting way where, of course, the universe will decide what you deserve. But also, I feel like you're being really honest with yourself. You're not being like egotistical and saying, this is what I deserve. Deliver this now. It's like you are setting a high standard for yourself, and you're recognizing that you are capable of going the distance to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. And I feel like you put the hard work in. And that's what I mean by you can see all the effort you put into everything. You give your 100%. And that's why you feel deep down you truly deserve all this goodness that's coming towards you. I mean, the King of Cups is clarifying the January energy. So that means you're reestablishing a relationship with yourself, really, getting comfortable in your own skin, loving yourself a little bit deeper, nurturing your goals and your dreams, and really thinking about your journey ahead. As you can see there, this ship, this represents the journey. It represents movement. It represents, maybe even relocation, some of you thinking about that, but it indicates progress and change. And as you can see, this particular King of Cups, because there are two Kings of Cups in this deck, you get to choose whether you want to keep them in this deck, but my guides wanted both to remain in there because each one tells a different story. So as you can see there, there's shark-infested waters, and this person is really trusting their gut instinct to say, it's not time to launch this ship right now. I'm going to really tap into my inner resolve and connect to my sense of intuition, and I will know when it is time to launch the next part of my journey. So it's almost like a very deep, reflective month January is going to be. Don't get me wrong, you're going to be very busy. You're connecting to a sense of all your tasks, making sure you tick all the boxes, and also you are following your heart. Okay, you've made a decision to follow your heart and nothing else will do. And, I feel that, this is about you thinking about a bigger goal or dream this month, how you can get there. So you may be diligently and quietly working towards this because the High Priestess is like off-grid. So it's almost like January for you is a little bit more like in hibernation mode, where you're in stealth mode, working on your projects, formulating your plans, and really like reestablishing your sense of self. And, I feel like you're supporting your goals and dreams, and you're developing your empathy and also your tolerance for, things that perhaps have not gone your way. I feel like there's an expectation here, but I feel like you're in a really good position to connect to your goals and dreams. And the King energy is someone who is a master or mistress of their craft. Okay, so I feel male or female, it's not a gender specific reading. It's about you starting from a very good position. And that's about tapping into your inner awareness and knowing where you want to take life. Even though along the way, there's going to be some moments where there's some obstacles or things that perhaps you feel are not right for you. But intuitively, you're going to be able to find your way in the flow. Okay. And, shark energy, sharks are actually beautiful creatures. It's humans who have kind of said, they're dangerous, or they're just living their life. They're just being themselves. If they see something in the water that's moving and they're hungry, they're going to go, you know what? I want to go after that because I'm hungry. It's the natural law of, the animal kingdom. And, I feel that this shark energy, it's, they're showing me something that's really weird. It's like, it's someone kind of like chilled out on like a sofa, and then it's like, tomorrow I'm going to be a shark. So random. Okay. I mean, maybe there's a meme out there that says that. I'm not really sure. But I mean, a shark is someone who goes, well, it's not someone. It's like, obviously a fish that goes after a goal or a dream, but knows when the right moment is. So I feel this is about you being hungry for something, ambitious, that drive, and it is returning, but it's also this sense of self, of what you want, what you know you're capable of. And, I feel that, yes, you're highly aware that there are pitfalls of everything. When we want to do something great as a human, we look at the goal and sometimes we think, wow, that's a really lofty goal. It's a really big one. Can I achieve it? Well, deep down, yes, you can. And, you are aware that it is achievable. However, sometimes fear starts to gnaw away at us. That inner critic starts to rise up and say, but what if you fail? What if you don't do this? I feel like you're overriding that this year. You're like, you know what? I'm still going to do it. But you're just going to almost like find the right moment to do it by tapping into your emotion and your inner awareness. King of Cups, of course, is a Scorpio card. So I feel this is about you really being in the flow, connecting to your sense of self and what it is you want. And as you move into February, February is an energy of, ending old ways and releasing restrictions. Anything that's holding you back, I feel like it's done. This is a time where inaction brings reflection, but also new opportunities to manifest, as well as, new knowledge, because the Hangman actually puts himself on the tree of life to embrace new knowledge. So some of you may be shaking your world upside down in February, literally in order to, have new experiences, be more spontaneous. And, whatever it is you're doing in February, March, you're really happy with it. So I'm just going to pull a card on the Hangman, because this is about relaxing. It's really like kick back, relax, and know that all is well. But also it's about, getting a new perspective and knowing when it's time to act. So again, I'm getting this energy of you knowing when to push forward and when to, be a go-getter, and when to relax and recharge your batteries. Because sometimes you're an overgiver, and sometimes, especially if you have a goal, you're so tenacious, you have to almost be obsessed about it, that you want it, you have to get it. That's what keeps you like moving forward. But it doesn't always have to be like that. You can really tap into your body and feel when it's exhausted and when you're burning the candle at both ends and you're close to burnout, and say, no, I don't have to do that. Because society has built a very unhealthy approach to success. It's, if everybody's always doing something, they're considered like always on the go, they're a go-getter, they're so successful, and great. That is an incredible energy to embody. But at the same time, you can be equally successful, but compartmentalize time. Whenever you see those, and I'm just giving an example here, people who say that they're like millionaires and all of that, they compartmentalize their time. They get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They either go and do some exercise, then they allot some time to, do their tasks or their chores or whatever business it is that they're in. Then they read some books, and then they've got quality time for themselves. Now, people who are not millionaires, we can't kind of rule our life like that. We've got to get up in the morning, either go to a 9-to-5 job or whatever it is that we do, but we can be more time efficient. And I feel this is what you're looking at this year, so that you can get the best out of your time. So you have more time for fun, going out there, spending time with friends and family, and nurturing your needs, because I feel this year is going to hit a little bit different for you, okay? I feel like you're paying more attention to your health, especially the mental health and your immune system, because of course Hangman energy is Pisces, so that's all about your immune system. It's about making sure that you have the right nutrients. And of course, the High Priestess is like your mental health, making sure you have peace of mind and not allowing situations to change your energy for the negative. 7 of Cups. You're looking at your options, okay? 7 of Cups is to use your imagination, to fantasize all the potentials and possibilities. And it's really important to recognize that we are in the year of 8, okay? This year is governed by Saturn, and the number is 8. And that means there's infinite possibilities for you to tap into. So I feel you're really focusing on what's important at the time. You're prioritizing what's important. You're going to be very busy, very productive, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you're prioritizing you this year and your health, and also enjoyment, because life is short. So I feel like you're remaining flexible in order to get the best out of the world. Now, what I love about this particular 7 of Cups, this is a wish delivered. Okay, there's a lot of stars in your energy. I mean, the High Priestess, of course, there's stars there as well, but I've just clarified February, and you've got stars there. And this figure is literally like on cloud nine, pointing a wand at a star. It's like, I want that wish. That's what I really want to go after. Okay, so I feel like you're not spreading yourself thin this year. It's an opportunity to seize the moment, seize the day, and an opportunity to dream. Okay, also, I feel like you're really looking at people who have commitment issues. So for example, if you kind of like agree to meet someone and then they let you down last minute, you're like, you know what, I'm not sure if this person values my time in the way that I do. So therefore, I feel like you're not letting that person get away with it. Of course, if they've got an emergency and, it's a one-off, then you're very understanding. But I also feel that you're prioritizing yourself this year. And, the Seven of Cups can also indicate a wish or something that you've been yearning for shows up for you. But also, I feel there's an energy here of being scattered. Okay, so I just want to find out what that is, because when you're feeling scattered, it's important to ground yourself. Take some time, because bizarrely, they're giving me this energy of, when you stand up too quick, you get like a rush to the head. I feel like you got to be a little bit mindful of that. This could indicate perhaps that, I don't really know, I'm not a medical professional there, so I'm not really sure what that indicates. But what I'm getting here is that you may want to look into it, because it may mean that perhaps you're not getting enough sleep and you need to look at that, or perhaps there's like low blood pressure or something. So maybe something you're going to look into, and that's not going to resonate with everyone. And again, always take the advice of your practitioner, but I feel it may be something you're going to look into. Okay. We got the Ten of Cups. So whatever this wish is going to make you infinitely happier. Some of you also, I feel, you may spread yourself thin. There's going to be some family responsibilities in the month of February. I do feel like you could be like traveling between two houses. Even if you are in a high level commitment with somebody, it could be that you're spreading yourself thin by spending some time with that person and also at your own apartment. And you may be like, wait, okay, it makes more sense for us to move in together. So there may be a potential for you and your person to nest during the month of February. And if you're single and looking for love, the Ten of Cups can indicate, along with the Seven of Cups, that you have the pick of the bunch, okay? And you may be formulating a new relationship with someone. There's like a bit of magic, a bit of a frisson there with you and this person. And I feel, it'll get some time to get to know this person, but I feel, don't doubt the situation. I feel that, dive right on in. This is a person, I feel this year is a soulmate year for you. So if you are looking for love, there is really a potential for you to find your soulmate. But ultimately, I'm also really tapping into an energy of you looking at people who waste your time, or, people who drain your energy. The Ten of Cups indicates a lot of abundance. And I do feel February is a month where something is delivered to you that you've been wishing for or manifesting, and you and your family will celebrate that in the month of February, okay? Now, March is looking pretty great for you as well. March is a powerful month to bloom and blossom. So some of you, if you're taking a course, a personal development course, or you're actually getting a certification or a qualification during the beginning of the year, some of you are going to be celebrating that you passed with flying colors. Also, the Sun is a card of, good things and prosperity coming towards you. It's a heightened month where you are awakened, you have more confidence, but also I feel like you're embracing the joys and trying to live in the moment. Also, I feel, with the Sun card, some of you, there's just an energy of going towards the sun. Although this is not a travel card, I do sense like a short trip somewhere. Okay, so let me just pull a card on that. The main travel that I've got for you is May and July. Okay, that's what I've got for you. These are main travel times. These could be big vacations, but for some reason I'm getting like a travel energy. Look at your cards. You got major arcana cards here. It could be a quick trip. Like a weekend away. So I'm just going to call it that there's maybe a quick trip, or even like a week away somewhere. going on in the month of March. But ultimately, the Hierophant could see you like learning something or being top of the class or really being appreciated for your skill set. I mean, the Hierophant could also indicate you're going to do something traditional, or you really reaffirm your belief system in some way, or you learn something that helps you being enlightened. Or if there's something you're trying to find a solution to, I definitely see that, you know, you find that solution and you're very clear about your direction. With the Hangman there, it's like unveiling something. So some of you, if you've been working on something, you may actually launch it during the period of March, or, you know, reveal it to somebody or show it to somebody, or get it out there to be seen. But I feel ultimately you are going to be seen. I mean, these are major arcanas. Look at this. We got Hangman, we got the Hierophant, and we got the Fool card. This month is a big deal for you. You're going to be so happy this month. Something new comes along. This could be a new adventure or curiosity. You know, it could be, especially with the Fool card, this is about embracing spontaneous energy. Suddenly you take a new route to work, or suddenly, you know, you join a new group of people, or you do something that's based on creativity or has a lot of potential. I mean, some of you are going to launch a business using your knowledge during this month, and the Ace of Pentacles indicates major financial breakthrough. But also, if you're waiting on money, you could see it coming in March. Okay, this is a big, like, you know, fortune or some sort of large amount of money in the month of March there for you as well. But some of you may actually decide to utilize your skills and your knowledge to create a course of learning online for other people. You could be a mentor, or you could find a mentor that helps you get to do what you want to do, or it teaches you how to embrace something new there. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles is the start of success, or it could be a bonus or a raise during this month, or that you hear about a bonus or a raise in the month of March, but it doesn't fully get realized until April there. Okay, so very positive there. Now, when you get the Ace of Pentacles, it means prosperity in its purest form, concrete results that you are making progress, and that you're aligning yourself with success, that you're making an impact in some way in your life and the people around you. It's not just about career, it's not just about money. So you could hear of something coming on in there, but as I said, it could be promotion, raise, energy, and if you're retired, it could be that there's an increase in your pension during this period as well. I know that sounds like it couldn't happen because of the economic environment that we're in at the moment, but I see some sort of raise in pensions happening there briefly, so watch out for that too. Now, also with the Hierophant, I feel some of you are really thinking about, you know, your history, your heritage, all the long line of ancestors that walked before you. I feel like, especially in January, you know, you're going to be heightenedly aware that there are people in spirit who walk with you, and they are helping you every step of the way, okay? And it's almost like something that you're guided to do in January. It comes to full fruition in March, and it's very, very exciting. And you're going to get a sign. First of all, you're going to see lots of white feathers. That's a major energy I'm being given right now. But also, what is that? They're showing me, oh, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. They're showing me a marble. Okay, a marble. Now, when they show me a marble, it does tend to mean that, you know, embrace your childlike spirit, especially since you got the Fool card. You know, there's a little bit more playfulness to you. Be a little bit more spontaneous, enjoy the moment, and, you know, there's nothing to worry about. But also, the marble can indicate that some of you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, especially with the Emperor there, and it means, you know, make sure you find time to have fun, okay? Can also indicate, you know, marbles, when you really pick them up and look at them, you know, you can see so much in them, beautiful colors, visions of like incredible things. So this can be about your seeing potential with your spiritual gifts. So you may get like a major dream or a download of information from someone in spirit who gives you a very important message that will help you on your journey. So watch out for that. The veil is the thinnest for you in particular, my beautiful Scorpio, in the first half of the year. Normally, I would say it is, you know, October, November time for you, but actually it's at the beginning of the year. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be thin throughout for you because you're very good at tapping into that otherworldliness, but it's more heightened for you at the beginning of the year. So listen to any downloads or messages. These could come in the form of synchronicities, signs, and, you know, just watch out for them. Feathers are a big one, and you may find a marble somewhere randomly as well, because they're showing me a marble, okay? Now, April. April's a big month for you. And as soon as I touch this card, I'm getting a major song as well. One moment, please. I'm just going to tap into that for you. Okay, so this song, I feel like this song came up before, maybe even a couple of years ago. I can't really remember when, okay? It's definitely something that's familiar to me. It's by a band name or a singer that is very unique. Nefex. I think I'm saying that right. I probably am not saying that right, but you know, I'm not one of the cool kids. But okay, I'll give you the lyrics of what I can hear right now. One moment, please. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's. I just want to keep moving, I think it says. Yeah. So, I mean, those lyrics literally sort of embody how you're feeling about this year, I feel. So this could be a song that you're going to hear over the next coming months, right up until April, something that you're focused on, you're very goal-oriented, you're going out there and smashing things out of the park and really like accomplishing a lot. This is a card of success, abundance. So these are really great months. I mean, it doesn't stop there. For you, you're going to be really successful for the majority of the year. I feel things take a little bit of a twist where it goes a little bit quiet round about September time for you, but ultimately the majority of the year is going to be full of you accomplishing great things, being really proud of yourself, you know, working with difficult energies, but at the same time making things work for you in a really positive way. I mean, the Emperor energy is an energy to remain calm in chaos. Okay, and the world, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a very bumpy and chaotic place. However, you are remaining in that power. And this card indicates that you are strategizing, being very organized, focusing on what it is that you want to accomplish, stepping into a leadership position. This is major. This would be like the promotion or the raise I was talking about, but I feel like you may hear about it or even a bonus in March. But in April, it becomes a reality, okay? Now, also, the Emperor energy indicates that you are having a lot of responsibility during this time. So you may actually, you know, be completing all your tasks. Don't get me wrong, you're going to be very productive throughout the year, but I feel you're going to see the signs of your success. And I definitely see that you are taking things to the next level in some way. This could also be a card of getting like good information from a person who's in a position of authority, okay? Or you may have some dealings with authority in some way in this month. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on this for you. I mean, ultimately, it can indicate that you're being really strict with your budget, okay? It can indicate that you are making sure that you save your finances in a very clever way in order to make a large purchase. So some of you may be going into real estate this year, or you may be saving up for a car, which would probably come around about, I mean, you could purchase it before, but I see a really great month of July purchasing a car, because I feel like you'll get it for a lower price. So if you are hoping to do that, then definitely I would say July is a great month for a discount on that for you. King of Cups, you know, you are all over this year. You're really reestablishing yourself, heightened emotions. I mean, again, this could be about you following your heart, doing something you love, but also being open to love. We do have the Emperor and the Empress here, and we have the Lover's card. So when I look at the line here, I see that you are in alignment with meeting a soulmate. But also, I feel if you're in a high-level commitment, you and your person, there's a potential here for you to restructure your life in some way, especially around October time. I feel like there's a big restructure going on. So it could be a major move or relocation, maybe even an immigration, or it could be there's a change in your circumstances, but you and your person, you like pool your energy together to get through this. I will get to the Tower a little bit later on, and the Tower is not to be feared. It actually helps liberate yourself out of a difficult situation. So if you and your partner have been going through some tense times, it could be suddenly there's a conversation that's out in the open that helps you and your person really like know where you're at and rebuild. But if you're looking for love, I definitely see that there's a potential for you to meet someone, and it could be in the month of March. April time, okay? Because I feel you're more about getting out there, being a little bit more sociable in March, and letting yourself be seen, allowing your light to shine. But also this is about stepping into an established position and, perhaps even launching. I mean, looking at the Emperor and this particular King of Cups, this can indicate you have a healthy mistrust of the establishment or powers that are controlling the world at large, and you're just keeping an eye on things. So I feel like you're protecting, because the Emperor is to protect, the King of Cups is to protect. You're protecting everything that you've worked really hard for, protecting your family, your friends, just keeping an eye on things at large without being paranoid. I feel it's so important to sort of, recognize that. I mean, also the Fool card, major launch energy. So March, April, big month for you. Fool card is clarifying both months. It seems like it's connected. So it could be where you launch a project or, maybe even take up a new position in some way. And it's fun, exciting. But also this is about embracing your playfulness. So I feel it's really important to recognize that the history of the Emperor card, there used to be a Fool in the background of tarot cards. And it was always there as a reminder to the Emperor, who tends to be very, very serious, has a lot of life experience, and can sometimes feel a little bit jaded with the world. Like sometimes the magic is missing because you can see below the surface. You can see people's motives, intentions, and how they're probably going to disappoint you in the future. But also you want to remain positive and say, you know what, I'm going to give the person the benefit of the doubt. I want to hope that I'm wrong. So some of you may have that like push and pull energy sometimes with your intuition, but you are trusting your intuition and knowing that you're on point and you're not being judgmental with it either. The Fool card could indicate some sort of new policies that come in or changes in the environment or the way that you do life. And it may require you to learn new knowledge or start from scratch in something, and you're hesitant to kind of get involved in it at first, but it actually streamlines in an easier way to get stuff done. So there could be like more paperwork, for example. Some of you could be getting like tax time sorted or getting your taxes done, and you may even enlist, someone to help you with that. And I would also say don't go too quickly on anything in the month of April. You'll know when it's time to launch something. I'm just going to go one more card because I actually feel April is a very strong month for you to exert your power, your position, and to control a situation without like it being pressurized or negative in any way. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is you establishing yourself. 8 is the number of the self. And it's also, about you working really hard, learning new things. Maybe some of you may get that qualification, as I said, or certification, but also it could be that you're upskilling, applying your knowledge to a situation. And someone may even come to you for advice during this month, and you're going to help them out there too. But ultimately, 8 of Pentacles, you're going from the Ace of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. So major increase in finances round about this time as well, or you're looking at your finances and seeing your commitment and your dedication start to pay off. Also the Emperor energy with the 8 of Pentacles can indicate that this month you're just really busy doing. And, sometimes we get into repetitive cycles and routines. However, that can indicate that you become a master or a mistress of your craft. Something that you've been doing for a long time establishes yourself as being the best at what you do. You see those wonderful children who suddenly they're doing a piano concerto because every day they're so excited about the piano and they get up there and they just learn it, and they all of a sudden they're playing Mozart, Beethoven, Vivaldi. They're playing all of these wonderful things, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're 6 years old. When I was 6, I was playing with some sort of game or something like that. So I feel you're going above and beyond. And as I said, with that lyric that came through earlier, that really indicates you got to love what you do. And that's when you're really passionate, driven about it. And I feel you're not giving up on something and you're going to accomplish it. But I feel you actually prove it to yourself. Okay, because I feel like you're putting your own needs first this year. I mean, also, there is the potential for repair work in the month of April. Okay, so something in the home space may need repair work, or I mean, with the Fool card present, it could also indicate don't rush around in this month, because, you know, it's a high potential that, you know, you may miss something and may need to revisit it, or especially if you're doing contracts this month. I mean, don't go too fast during that time. But I actually feel that, you know, you're in a really great position there. Now, as we move into May, we've got the World card. Something comes to a finish, a complete cycle there. Could be the end of a course that you're doing. Could also be an end of a lesson that you've been learning about your inner power and your intuition, because sometimes people have tried to make you question your intuition, maybe told you that you're wrong about things, and then you found out that actually you were right. And sometimes you really don't want to be right about some of the hunches that you've got, but then it turns out to be true, and you're like, ugh. So I feel you're trusting yourself. But the World card, again, it's like success. It's something coming to, you know, a conclusion, a happy conclusion, something that you'll celebrate. This is a card of celebration, but also it's about enjoying the moment and, you know, attainment. I feel like you have something in your hand, if that makes sense. Something that you've had in your mind, you have in your hand by the month of May. Now, it could be an award. It could be, because my guys are showing the victory wreath there, it's something you win. Okay, so I feel there's something that you win during this month. I mean, I don't normally talk about like financial wins. It could be something you worked really hard for, but there is a potential there for the universe to set you up for some sort of win during this period as well. Now, the World card also indicates you're in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunities, the right people, and some of you may travel during this period. It could be a major vacation, or some of you are thinking about relocating, emigrating, okay? And with the Emperor there, some of you may enlist like advice from someone who's already done this, or you may be getting legal advice on how to move all your accounts and, you know, your way of living abroad in some way. So I feel there's a strong potential of that as well. But this also means that you are in optimum health. You're in balance, okay? You have all the elements in play. And I feel if some of you are struggling with like hormonal fluctuations and things like that, I feel some of you may visit like a practitioner in the month of April that helps you in May, and you see results immediately, and you're kind of like, wow, why didn't I do that earlier? Okay, because it actually helps you there too. Now, just going to pull some cards on this World card for you. I feel like you're going to look back and be really satisfied with yourself. There's an energy of fulfillment in the month of May. We got the Ace of Wands. So a new start. Really interesting that you're turning like a new chapter. So this is a second start to your year. You know, some signs this year are having like different starts to the year, and it feels like you ease yourself in to like January, February. It's not that nothing is happening. It just feels that you're more aware of your inner needs and what your body, mind, and soul needs, and how you want to develop as a human and tap into your spiritual awareness and gifts. And then you get really ambitious as you move from March into April. It's like this go-getting spirit. And with that Ace of Wands, this is like a new project, a transformative energy. This is a new chapter. When you get this card, it means power. It means action. It means you're connected and you have unlimited potential for transformation. Also, this is a card that indicates you want to do something new and bold and daring, and you're going to make it happen, whatever it is. It's definitely a time to dream big when you get this card. And I feel suddenly it may be like a spark, an idea that's brilliant and original. It could also be the budding of something special that you're starting there. Your vision starts to come to life. It can also indicate adventure. Okay, so I definitely see this as a month of travel, adventure, or an urge to, you know, reignite your passion and your lust for life. But also, as you can see, there's a book. So some of you may actually launch a book or a project and see it out in the world. See it, you know, become viral, or people pay attention to it. And I feel there's a lot of success here. I mean, you have a lot of cards where you're blossoming. So it's almost like this is your year. You may have felt that last year you were almost a little bit dormant, like you were on hold or in limbo a little bit while you try to figure things out. Don't get me wrong, things were happening. You were working really hard, you were focusing on projects. It just feels like time flew past. And here we are in 2024. And then now you're like, okay, now I'm going to get out there and take some big actions. And I feel a lot happened for you in 2023, but this year 24 is actually full of passion, of power, of success. Now success looks differently for everyone, okay? I want you to be aware of that. Some people's idea of success is like loads of money and loads of like parties and all of that, and some people's idea of success is having good health, good people around you that you can trust, your soul tribe, your inner circle. And other people is to live like a life of luxury or to be really creative. You can have it all. Okay, and I feel like you are recognizing that, and I feel like you're putting your knowledge to the fore and learning new stuff where you can actually put it in, and you have unlimited potential here to make your dreams become a reality. Okay, and that Ace of Wands is like the start of something new, and it's really in alignment with your true calling. This is a card of judgment. It's about, it's almost like a second wind, second chances for you. So some of you, round about this period, you may pick up a hobby that you've never done before, but also revisit and return to something that you always loved doing. The Judgment card also indicates you're listening to your inner calling. And I do feel like you understand what you need to do, that you're being called forward to do something this year. Now, this could be to relocate to somewhere where you feel like you and your family belong. It could also be that you're going to launch a new business idea or a job, or some of you are going to purchase a holiday home or do something like bold and daring. I feel with the Judgment card as well, there's an energy here of you having to make some major decisions this month, but I get an energy of rebirth, renewal, that you're at a self-evaluation period. Like, you've come to the end of a cycle and you're kind of like, what's next? What do I action next? And I'm just going to pull a card on that for you as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? I mean, this is a card of awakening. This is one of your most powerful months because you're really connected to that Saturn energy and to that Pluto energy, the Lover's card. Okay, I mean, it is kind of like Gemini season there, but the Lover's card, this could be you, attracting something that you truly desire, because the Lover's card at grassroots, it's about your soul song with your heart, matching the vibration to the thing that you want. It's a card that connects to the law of attraction, okay? But also it could be love, okay, that you establish a relationship with someone new. If you've met them in like March, April time, I feel that, you could meet them in January, February too, don't get me wrong. There is a strong potential for you to meet them at the beginning of the year, but it's almost like you don't get too sociable until round about March, April time. And I feel like you could really commit yourself to this person in the month of June there, okay? Now also, this person could have strong Gemini in their chart, but also Aries, Leo is there as well, with a little bit of Cancerian and Libra, as well as Taurus coming through. It's a bit of a mixed bag. This person's got a lot of placements, so they're quite balanced person, actually. They're emotionally available, but I feel it's like everything is coming together for you, and you kind of acknowledge that in the month of June. But the Lover's card, if you are already with somebody, this is a big month where you and your person may actually decide to leave a country, to set up home somewhere else, or it could be that you set up a business with your partner and you launch something that is going to be highly successful. And I feel, some of you, there's this energy of two people coming together. So it could be a business partnership. It doesn't have to be a lover or a loved one. It could be a business partnership, really starts to flourish. But at the same time, I feel some of you may actually decide to leave a business partnership at this time, or change a business partnership in order to move on to something a little bit more solo. Okay. And again, that's not going to resonate with everyone. Three of Cups, pooling your resources, something to celebrate. So I definitely get like Eight of Wands, really great news this month, and it helps you in some way. With the Lovers card and the Three of Cups, this could be you meeting someone new or introducing your new person to your friends, for example, to establish a relationship with somebody. But also I feel with the Three of Cups there, that is to be a little bit more community-based, that there's something to celebrate there. It could also be an important event or an invitation that you are invited to where you meet someone who could help you elevate or network in some way. Or Eight of Wands, gives you a piece of information that shows that you're on the right path. I mean, this is a fast-paced month for you. Okay, and it could also indicate that you surround yourself with good people, and it just feels like you are emotionally fulfilled and that you're elevating in some way. I mean, the Eight of Wands really indicates that things are gathering momentum and that you're eager to experience everything that life has to offer. So I feel there's a bit of an energy of discovery this month as well, where you're super energized. I mean, some of your friends or even your partner could say, hey, let's go on an adventure. Let's take a sabbatical. Let's decide to go traveling for a year or go traveling for a couple of months. And if you are really lucky to be able to work on the go, be nomadic with your working environment, you and your partner, or just you and friends, or just you, may decide to be a little bit more flexible with the way that you work during this time as well. For some of you, your true calling is connected to travel in some way, and you may actually find people who can help you, or people who really want to help you, or even see your work or employ you for something, or commission you to do something there as well. Eight of Wands indicates you are protected and you are divinely directed to where you need to be, and I feel this is a very sociable month for you there as well. I mean, you're getting a lot of major arcana cards, which means this year is a big year for you. But ultimately, with the Judgment card, I feel like this is an awakening, almost like you've been reestablishing who you are, what you want, and suddenly it's all happening. And we move into the month of July, and this is a major progress moment for you. The Chariot card is about seeing your dedication bear fruit or bring rewards. It's a high energy month, this one. I feel like you're going to be very disciplined with whatever it is you want to accomplish. There is some success here. As I said, things come to a climax for you in terms of success around about August time, and then it starts to get a bit quieter for you. Doesn't mean things are not happening for you, but I feel, you're a power-packed individual where you have a lot of energy, drive, determination to see a project or something come to fruition. And I feel like you're not going to give up on that. And the Chariot card, it's almost like you make a decision in this month of which road to take, because there is a directional change here in the middle of the year for you. So it could be some of you decide to move to a different neighborhood, or move apartments, or, maybe even take up some sort of job or responsibility that requires you to travel in some way. But the Chariot card is to move forward, to overcome an obstacle, or to change something. I mean, some of you may also have a bit of a wake-up call regarding your diet. That's coming through briefly there, and that's going to be on the cusp between June and July, okay? So if there's something that perhaps you notice is not good for your body and it's really tempting, I feel if you don't cut it out completely by then, there may be some sort of reaction that really prompts you to have a bit of a wake-up call and say, no, this is not working for me anymore. I don't see this being major. I just feel that it overstimulates you in some way, or overwhelms you, or makes you feel like you're having intense highs or lows. So I feel that's something that you'll completely cut out. It's almost like you're identifying it because you didn't know what it was that could be causing this reaction. So if you're one of the Scorpios out there who's having some sort of dietary reaction to something and you're trying to pinpoint it, you're definitely going to identify it by June, July time, and then you cut it out completely, okay? Now, let me pull a card on that Chariot for you. This is a high potential month for you to purchase a car at a lower rate if you're looking to purchase a car. But ultimately, this is about you taking control of your direction and also having a tight rein on your finances. Okay, so I feel you're highly budget oriented there. Nine of Wands and the Six of Wands. Okay, now these two cards together, it's like you're cautious of, or you're a little bit nervous about some sort of victory moment or success or limelight, because the Six of Wands is truly to be, you know, thrown into the spotlight for something, an award or triumph, but it's like nobody sees the hard work, you know, how much dedication, everything you've had to sacrifice to get there. So although it's hard won and you should feel really proud of yourself, part of you is like, it was hard, okay? You worked really hard there. And I mean, I would say that some of you, especially with the Judgment card and the Chariot card, I feel like you're reevaluating circumstances in your life at this point and wondering which step to take next. Slow down. Don't let anyone pressure you into making a decision. Questioning is good. You're looking out for you, okay? And you may actually look carefully and see that a different path might be right for you in the middle of the year. Doesn't mean the goal is not the same. It may be that you find a different approach to something and it's easier, okay, because some things are hard won. But the Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior energy. So I would definitely say, especially since July is going to be a super packed, really fast month for you. I mean, June and July are going to be super fast for you. It's really important to protect your immune system. Don't burn the candle at both ends. I mean, get proper rest and sleep, okay? Because this is a close to burnout card as well. So just watch your defenses there, okay? I mean, also Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is an energy of like accomplishment, of reward, of good news, okay? So I definitely see that you're going to have some major win happening in the month of July, but I feel, you know, don't let it be at the expense of your health. Okay, I feel that's something major that you need to be aware of as well. Now, with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands, it can also indicate that this could be a highly pressurized month for you and you need to watch your stress levels, okay? I mean, I feel like there's nothing to worry about here, but also I would be a little bit cautious about speeding, especially if you drive. And I'm thinking more of like a speeding ticket, or this is a high potential month for you to like miss something if you go too quickly. So I would be a little bit mindful of speeding during this month. You know, yeah, I just don't take things too fast, especially if you're driving somewhere, because there may be someone there who's going to give you a speeding ticket, or I mean, I don't see anything major occurring there, but I'm just being given a message of like, don't go too fast, okay? And also don't purchase too fast. I feel you get a better deal in this month. I'm being given this energy of stop, slow down, smell the roses a little bit, that kind of energy. And yeah, so that's kind of a really positive month, but also, you know, just be a little bit more aware of your surroundings in this month as well, is what I'm seeing there. But ultimately, really great news coming in for you there. This is like, you know, your moment to shine in that month there too. And to be appreciated for all the hard work and dedication that you've put in throughout the year. You're going to really look back at yourself and be proud. And that's what brings me on to the month of August. This is about you establishing yourself as someone who is very productive, that you are nurturing something. So it could be like a project that you set up that then kind of like does its own thing. Like if you, for example, you know, use your knowledge to put a course of learning online for other people to take, and maybe people need to pay for that course, for example. You could be like seeing that people are, you know, really wanting to take your course and the money is coming in. So you're actually sitting back and really proud of yourself and saying, you know what, I did a really good job there. For someone who is in a high level commitment with their partner, there could be some really great news there. You may hear that you're pregnant. And I feel, I mean, congratulations there as well. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3. I feel those like majorly this year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. There's a big window for you to get pregnant. Okay, I feel you could, of course, get pregnant at any point during the year, but the heightened energy is coming from the 5 months from round about June, okay? That's what I've got coming there as well. But this is a very productive month for you. This is a time of attracting more wealth or more abundance there, but also this is a very creative time. So I definitely see that you're recognized for your skills, your talents, but also I feel like you want to branch out a little bit more and try something new. Some of you may also, and I don't normally get energies regarding aesthetics, but some of you may try and change your look in some way, whether it's your wardrobe or, maybe change the color of hair, or even like shake up the way that you do your makeup in some way. This is a month where also you're attracting attention. And of course, if you don't wear makeup, it could be that you find a new product that feels really good on your skin, or clothes that, you know, really highlights your wonderful body in some way. I just get an energy here of you paying a little bit more attention to you, you know, nurturing your own needs, and, you know, not neglecting your needs there as well. And I feel you're going to connect a little bit more to nature during this period as well there. This is a life of luxury energy I'm got coming through as well. So that's like sitting back and being proud that you did a good job, and, you know, having some sort of pleasure there as well. Now, if you have parents or guardians in spirit, I feel, you know, you're going to get lots of messages throughout the year that they are around you. Okay. Again, white feathers. Let me see. They're just showing me something else. One moment, please. Okay. Random. They're showing me a domino. A domino. Okay, so either you're going to find a random domino, or you're going to see lots of images of dominoes this year. And it indicates that this person or these people, if they're in spirit, I feel like they're giving you a message that they've got your back, that there are changing times ahead, and you're remaining flexible. But also it's like domino effect energy going on. It's like if you launch something, it's going to be seen right through to the end, and that they've got your back and they're guiding the way that things are going to go. You're in the flow of things. Okay, but I mean, you may literally find a domino on your path. So look out for that as well. Lots of messages coming throughout the year. For those of you beautiful Scorpios who still have their guardians or parents on the earthly plane, I feel like you're going to factor them into your life a lot more this year. You're going to be more family oriented, or more sort of like connecting to days out, or spending time in nature, going for walks. I really feel like you're trying to allow more time for the people that you care about, because life can get sometimes really busy and we cannot have time to do it all. But I feel this year it's more about what's important, and I feel like you are doing a lot more of that, or you've promised yourself to do a lot more of that as well. I do see the month of August as some sort of transformative month for yourself though. Okay, so I definitely see that you're paying more attention to who you are, how you look, the aesthetics of things as well there. Nurturing yourself or nourishing yourself. You may even have a change of diet, or a change of routine that goes on there, or a little bit of a reminder that your needs need to come first, because you cannot help another person from an empty cup. So I feel it's really important for you to recognize that. Now we do have the Seven of Wands there, and we have the World card. Okay, Seven of Wands is like coming out of the cage if you've been a bit in a hermit mode, but it's also about you being at your personal best during this time. Okay, you're on optimum form, so you're going to be like really proud of yourself, what you've accomplished, but also you're going to look at yourself in a different way as well. You're going to look at all the experiences that you've had and how it made you who you are, that you are really strong and that you're capable of accomplishing great things. You know, you're really looking at life like sometimes we see things as being impossible, but they're impossible until you've actually accomplished it. And then, you know, I feel it's more that you are possible. You know, when you, I did a reading, I'm not sure for which sign, they actually showed me the word being cut in a third, like impossible becoming I'm possible. Now, I'm not seeing that for you right now, but I'm getting the energy of it, that you are possible and that anything that you do is possible as well there, okay? Now, bizarrely, they're giving me like a sharp pain on my left shoulder there. So some of you may have been having problems with your shoulder, and you may go through some sort of surgery, or you may go through some sort of physiotherapy that makes it stronger. Or some of you are like, you know, I mean, this person's like, looks like they've been down the gym a little bit. So maybe you're going to see some sort of like change in your arms. I'm not really sure what this is about. Some of you may have had a problem in that area. I feel like it gets stronger. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm not really sure what else they're trying to give me there. It was like a little sharp pain that's in this area, and it's not for me, that energy. But the Seven of Wands is really looking at how strong you are and how much you've accomplished and what you've been through. So this is a month where you really take stock of things. But also the Seven of Wands indicates that you are not giving up on something. You're not conforming. There's sustained effort here. So it's almost like, you know, if life was like a big old vegetable patch, Okay. And you're like, okay, I've got the potatoes. I've sown those seeds. They're growing. I'm going to pay attention to them, water them, nourish them, and make sure I nurture them to term. And then I'm going to focus on the rhubarb, or I'm going to focus on the basil. You know, I feel almost like you're putting your attention, compartmentalizing and saying, okay, that's going to take care of itself. I've set that up. That's going to take care of itself. And I feel like then you're looking back and going, I did this. And it's, you know, again, some really great news coming in. It's a very abundant month for you, but also it's about knowing your strength. And also it's about, you know, resisting, you know, temptation to avoid challenges. I feel actually you challenge yourself in a really positive way. You find inspired solutions to anything that's been difficult, and you trust that you can make things happen, and you make them happen on your own terms, okay? This is about you not conforming as well, especially when it comes to the world. I see that, you know, of course, you're not like breaking the rules or anything, but I also feel like you are, you know, keeping an eye on what you believe in and what you're being told and what you see, and also how you want to live your life. Okay. I mean, during this period, because it just came in there, I'm getting a high potential energy of two things. One is a very important, but I can't see a face of any of the energy. So I'll be honest with you, I can't see who, but I feel round about this time we may hear of the incarceration of someone who was in the public arena. And yeah, that's what I've got coming through there. So it could be someone that you perhaps have been reading about, and you hear that they get put away for quite some time because of something that they did, and it's a long time coming, okay? But also, on a more localized scale, it's almost like I see like a big news story about a jailbreak around about this time. Really random, I know. I'm going to write it down after I, you know, finish this reading. I tend to write things down just to see if I'm picking up on the right energy, or if what I see comes to fruition, because we're all students of life. We're always developing. To see what happens there. But I feel it's something to watch out for. I don't know how it even applies to you, my beautiful Scorpio, but that just came through there. Okay. And on a more personal level, let's bring it back. The energy, it's almost like I had a spike of energy of like world events. But I feel it's more that you are coming out of the cage that perhaps you feel you've been stuck in when it comes to a cycle of repeat for quite some time. Again, this may be that you're not giving up on your dreams or goals to, you know, travel or actually, you know, emigrate. I feel this period is a big change period for you as we move through August. But it's like, well, I feel, yeah, from April, May time, this is like a big time of change for you, and accomplishing all the things that you set out to do for the year. Now we move into the month of September. Things start to withdraw. So I feel here, this is you like being a little bit more reflective, looking back on what you've accomplished so far. It's a taking stock month, but it's also about recharging your batteries. Okay. It's about getting back to best. This is a month where you take some time out, okay? And it's necessary for your personal growth. Some of you may actually go on a spiritual retreat during this period, or maybe it's something that you decide to book during this period. But I mean, this is like, we've got August, September. It is like Virgo month. So this is a Virgo card. So this can be where you're really like focusing a little bit more on your health. I've already mentioned that briefly. Some of you, if you're going through the menopause, you may find some sort of positive solution to any of the symptoms that you've been getting during this time as well. Okay, but the Hermit energy is really about going inwards for reflection and knowing that the knowledge within you has put you in a really great position. Okay, also the Hermit, as you can see there, we got a bear, which represents your strength, endurance during difficult times, because the world at large, I feel like, you know, in the month of August, there could be some changes in restrictions that go on there. Now, you know, even my own soul is groaning at that energy. Okay, I just hear this big, oh no. Okay, that's coming through there as well. So there could be something that comes to the mind or the eyes of the collective where we're like, hang on a minute, what do you mean that policy is changing? So it could be something that we become acutely aware of, but it's something that perhaps with the Hermit energy, I'm going to pull a card on it. I feel it's not something that, I don't want to say it's not serious because it's like, yeah, I feel like it's in moderation. I feel it's like it could be the soft launch of something, or it could be like some sort of like mandates come back in some way, but on like a softer level. Okay, I don't really know what I'm tapping into here, but it's there. So I'm just going to let you know about it. I'm just going to go one more. We've got, yeah, okay. So yeah, it could be some restrictions. Okay, as you can see, we've got the Emperor there, and it's like all these ties. It's keeping people making certain moves. Okay, so I would look out for some sort of rules or regulations that come in round about this period that may impede your journey in some way. I'm not talking about lockdowns again, right? Okay, I'm not talking about that energy. That's not coming through as strongly, but there may be some, like, I don't know, I just get an energy of perhaps slower movement in terms of people going places. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. The Emperor can represent, you know, the person in power or a situation, someone who's been controlling things. As you can see, we've got a chessboard there, and each person is attached to a string. So on a more personalized level, it could be that someone has a bit of a power play in your life. Maybe it's a boss or a neighbor or a sibling or someone in your family who tries to manipulate you in some way. I can't imagine that you would let that occur, but it's something that makes you a little bit thoughtful, and maybe you withdraw from this. Okay, you may have a major decision to make as to whether to stay in that situation and really face it head on and try and fight it, or actually decide, you know what, I'm just going to leave the situation. I'm just going to phase myself out gently and go really quiet, and goodbye now. Scorpio has left the building. That's the energy that I'm kind of getting in this area. So I'm not really sure who it's with, but it's almost like you go off grid or away from a person. It could even be like a friend who tries to push your buttons. You know those friends that go, oh my God, I got to tell you something, but I can't tell it to you now. I'll tell it to you when I see you on Friday. And you're like, oh my gosh, why did you even message me that message? Because now I got to wait a whole week to find out what it is you need to tell me. So, you got those friends who are like, almost like the clickbait friends. So I feel you're kind of like, oh, I'm so over this. But yeah, the Temperance card is patience. So you may have to have patience with a situation, or things slow down a little bit. But I feel it gives you an opportunity to re-examine your priorities in your life and see where there is disharmony there as well. I feel like this time period is an asset for you to really get clear on what you want to do next, okay? And I feel like you get a little bit more inspired during this month as well. New ideas coming to the fore. The Hermit could also indicate some of you, if you're in a business, for example, if you're in a business partnership, it could be that someone tries to, push your buttons or tries to power play you in some way, and you decide, actually, disconnect. You may decide to dissolve a business, or you may actually decide to go solo. And yeah, I would say that, it'll be very, very lucrative. Also, there could be, especially since we have a tower there could be an energy of, something that perhaps is new that is implemented that you'll have to really get to grips with. And at first it may feel a little bit jarring. So for example, if you work for a company or an establishment, they may have a merge or a restructure and bring in new computer policies or new ways of working. And you're like, well, this completely disrupts the flow of what I do. So to some degree, you're like, I hate it. I don't want it to happen. But at the same time, you're learning new skills and you're opening yourself up to a new way of working or a new way of doing things. And once you master that craft, suddenly you're like, actually, I kind of like the old way better, but I see where it could be a little bit more time efficient here. So it's not that you give them the benefit of the doubt. Part of you is kind of prefer the old way, but at the same time, I feel like you do adopt or be flexible and embrace something new. And I'm just giving you an example there. It doesn't have to be that. Okay, but the Hermit energy, I really hope you can see this because we've got the star there. So I do feel, this is another wish potential moment where you can tap into the law of attraction. And as you can see there, we've got the sun, the rays of the sun. So it can indicate that you are recharging your batteries to become inspired. And I feel this is the next point, almost like the next new start or reshuffle or restructure of your year where you rebirth in some way. I feel like you're in control of the changes. Even though the Tower here, I mean, it's a Scorpio Aries card, so I feel like it works for you and not against you. But in terms of world events, this period, as I said, this is the period to watch out for, where we could see like Uranus retrograding from September. Okay, so that's then. Then, of course, we've got Jupiter retrograding from October. Incidentally, this is where, things go a little bit quiet for you. Okay, so it's like really good luck when Jupiter is on your side and you're being run by Jupiter. You've got that card there. And then suddenly, it's all change, okay? Doesn't mean things are going to get disappointing. It just means, the spotlight isn't on you as much at the end of the year, which can be a little bit like disenchanting, okay? But I feel like you prefer to run things behind the scenes anyway, okay? Now, this is a card that indicates liberation out of a stuck situation. So you're almost like checking in with yourself in the month of September to see where you're at and looking at any areas you feel that you need to change or restructure. So I definitely see life gets a bit interesting this month where you restructure in some way. And the Tower can be a shock, a surprise. It's not an evil card. It's actually a card that almost shows up where you need sudden upheaval in your life. And, it's almost like a portal to change that takes something away in order for something greater to replace it. And I feel it could be an unexpected event that happens in the month of October for you, but it could offer new opportunities for positive transformation. But I would say keep your eyes peeled in the month of October, not in a way where you have to be paranoid. But let me just pull a card on this. Yeah, it's like another new start. So this is your third new start. This is about passion. It could be a launch of a new project, you really being a force to be reckoned with. Ace of Wands, you're getting this a lot throughout the year. So that means, you have brilliant ideas that spark that passion, turning a new chapter or a new page, and you're influencing. As I said, I feel this Tower, it works for you, not against you. The King of Wands tells me that you are influencing the restructure or change in the month of October. So it's a highly passionate, influential month where you take the initiative to change something. I mean, suddenly some of you may decide to leave a company or a business, or you may decide to live your life in a different way that perhaps people don't understand, but you're in control and you're confident that this is how you want to live your life. Also, this is like a major epiphany in terms of spiritual awareness, okay? So it could be that you have had a hunch about something happening throughout the year, and suddenly it shows up and you're like, oh my gosh, I was right to listen to my hunches. It's almost like proof, okay? Now also, of course, this is like a magical month of change. There's a lot of energy going on here, a combustible kind of energy, because, the Tower is a card where, we build something around ourselves, a sense of security, and that can sometimes create complacency, that we get comfortable in a situation and the universe asks you to check in. How are you doing? Where are you at right now in life? Is it time for change, or are you okay with how things are going? And as always, my beautiful Scorpio, you are the sign of renewal, rebirth, really like ending something to evolve into something else. So you are revamping yourself in some way. And I definitely see with this lightning bolt, there's a charge of energy for you this month to make things different in a really exciting way. So, it could be that you launch a new branch of a business, or you decide to do something bold and daring that you've never done before. For some of you, it could be that, you're going to do a skydive, or you're going to do something that you've always longed to do. It could also indicate that, if, for example, you've launched something at the beginning of the year, suddenly you have someone who wants to commission you to revisit it or change it in some way, or actually wants to repurchase it. You may show your artwork off during this month, or be extra creative this month, but you have a lot of energy available to you to change and be motivated to do something bold and daring. Some of you may even be sponsored during this time to do something, and it may change the way that you live or work in some way. So for example, if you want to be like a sports star, right? Because I said this year is a year where you are noticed by people in the environment that you want to be seen in. So it could be that you're picked up by a particular team. They offer you sponsorship deals. Suddenly, you are the person of the moment, and, you are going on to really great things. It's the start of something exciting and special. But I'm just giving you an energy of what it could be, okay? So apply it to your situation, because I feel this is a very powerful month for you to exert your passions and, for you to really make something happen on your own terms. Also, if you've ignored any signs throughout the year, because sometimes we do, sometimes we ignore signs, red flags and things like that, then the universe will send you a reminder in the month of October, okay? But I feel it's a very positive nudge, the way it says, okay, you need to wake up a little bit, keep your eye on, your energy levels, keep your eye on moving forward. Don't get complacent during this time, because when we've got the hermit energy here, this is the pause. So it's like, okay, don't get too comfortable where you're at. Don't get too comfortable taking a rest there, because you're here to change the world in some way or do something in your life that is going to be relevant for change and transformation. And it gives you infinite power. As you come into the month of November, this is where you are like turning those visions into reality, but you're super focused. And this is also an energy of coming into your own, being completely balanced. As you move from October into November, of course, this is your birthday month. So I feel this is about you powering up your energy and, being a little bit more sociable as well there. I will pull some cards on that, but this is more about you like being the master of all elements in your life, completely in control without really forcing that control. And also, I'm getting an energy here of a little bit of extra magic going on for you as well, where you're making things happen. And this is a making things happen month for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Temperance. Interesting. It's almost like October and November are somehow influencing you. We've got the Temperance card, we've got the Four of Wands. So if you're looking to purchase real estate, I feel this is a high potential month for you to find something that you'll love. And, you may find it throughout the year. So for example, you may actually find it round about June, July time, maybe even August, but you won't like seal the deal until November. So I feel there's a high potential for that there as well. With the Temperance card, this is about your true life's mission and purpose. It's asking you to remain balanced, and you've got all those elements in play, but also there could be a question about you staying or going somewhere, okay? And trying to make sure that you have a healthy balance of going out there, being a bit more sociable, also being a bit of a hermit as well. And the Four of Wands is to celebrate. This is also a time where you may reunite with people that you haven't seen for a long time, but also it could be a card of, this is your birthday month, so, October, November, this is a celebration card, so it stands to reason that you may celebrate this birthday a little bit more. Interesting, I'm getting that pain in my arm again, so it could be that if you've dealt with whatever's going on with the arm there, you may celebrate that as well. But we've got this Four of Wands, which means, you are in synchronicity with your life, celebrating friendships, enjoying yourself, having pleasure, fun, going out and spending time with good company, making magic. As I said, this is a month of magic. And to have these two cards, it literally means that, you have something to celebrate this month. Could also be something to celebrate within the family as well there. Now, for some of you, not all of you, let me just pop that there. Some of you may have a family member who decides to go traveling during this month. They may leave home. But also I'm getting a major one of someone from abroad may decide to come home this month, and for good is what I see. Okay, so it could be someone decides to be back in your life a little bit more long term. Now, also the Four of Wands, this is a high time where you're in sync with your desires, okay? And I feel it's a perfect time to take stock of all that you've accomplished and, take a bit of a rest as well. So I feel there's a little bit of downtime. This is a card of harmony, but it's also about preparation as well. So I feel some of you may be preparing for, moving into this new home, because I feel there's a potential there for you and someone to move in together, or your family may move in some way. But also I feel that, You're not going to overdo it and live a life of excess. I feel, especially since you've got the Devil card on the cusp between November and December for you, this can indicate a time of excess, a time of temptation. And because we've got the Four Wands there, there's a high potential that someone who once left you, or someone who ghosted you, or who, wasn't there during the tough times, tries to reunite with you. And I feel like you may be tempted to connect to this person just to resolve it and get closure. But then I feel part of you is like, well, what is the point? I feel like you gave yourself closure. You don't need that person to give you permission to get over the situation that they put you in. So I really get this energy of you, like, living life on your own terms and saying, you know what, I don't need that. So as we move into, as I said, there's a cusp card here, which is a Devil card. The Devil card, again, it's not an evil card. It's to highlight where you've been feeling frustrated or stuck or truly helpless to change your circumstances. I feel there's something here that maybe you tend to worry about. If you're someone who is a worrywart, and you tend to worry about your family all the time when you're not with them, or you tend to worry about things on a deeper level than other people, I feel like you sort of reveal a way of dealing with it this year. You may even identify where this root cause came from, because sometimes, especially if we have heightened anxiety, the root cause may be in childhood. We may have experienced something that gave us a reason to feel fear. It could be the way that we were parented, or, the way that our guardians dealt with us. They may have been overly cautious with us, or it could be that you had an experience in the past that has set you up to feel anxiety in situations, especially when it comes to love, because we do have the Lovers card there as well. So some of you, there may be a little bit of a temptation to feel extra anxiety during this month. Now, also, I feel there's a high potential for you to be a little bit obsessive this month. And I'm going to pull a card on it. It could be obsessive in some of your choices, because the Lovers card used to be called the Choice card, but it could also be an indication that if you are, giving something up throughout the year, as you move into December, you may actually be tempted to let loose and get back into it. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, so there's a high potential there for you to look at something that either you're addicted to that wasn't good for you. I mean, the Devil card is looking at things that are toxic for you, things that are not good for your heart, and making a choice. It is your choice. This is your life. So you get to decide what goes into your body, who spends time with you, where you spend your time, and I feel like you're looking back on all the good choices you made for the year, but also all the experiences you had that perhaps were tempting or not so good for you, because throughout the year, everything's all about ups and downs. Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's more about anxiety. Could also be that, this obsessive energy, that you're overly cautious about something. It could also be that you don't trust somebody in the month of December. Maybe someone that you care about. You may feel there's a little bit of worry and anxiety. I always say, trust your intuition, okay? Because you're heightening that throughout the year. Six of Pentacles. I feel it's someone who invites you out. That's someone who wants to reunite with you. Yeah. Someone who's like, I want to talk. I want to get back into your world. I feel it's more about someone that you know. Okay, someone who perhaps is not even good for you or was a bad influence in your life in some way. I feel like they reach out at the end of 2024, and they've been thinking about you throughout the year, but they actually find themselves in a position at the end of 2024 to really want to reach out. And I feel like, you'll see them for who they truly are, and you'll see actually this person hasn't changed. Okay, I feel like they try to be a little bit more reciprocal in their energy, but I feel like you have a breakthrough moment where you're like, oh my gosh, this person, they no longer have power over me in any shape or form. When sometimes, you're with somebody and then you break up and, you really heartbroken, or you're obsessed over that person at some point. We all do it at some point, not everybody, of course, but to some degree we do. And suddenly you meet up with them or you bump into them and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I ever see in that person? The spell has been broken. And I really feel there's something here about the spell being broken. And that's also in terms of perhaps if some of you are battling with addictions or trying to give something up in your world, I feel like the spell has been broken. There may be a moment where there's temptation, but then you recognize The spell has been broken. It no longer has control over you. Okay, so I feel that's really, really positive. Also, the universe is sending you some major change in December, okay? And it may throw up a little bit of anxiety because it is big, whatever it is. Six of Pentacles indicates the universe pays a little bit of extra attention to you. It's almost like the universe kind of like leaves you to your own devices around about September and says, you know what, I'll be right back. You've got it going on. You know what you're doing. I'll be back soon. And then returns in the month of November for you, especially in the third week of November, and then in December as well. And it's like, hey, I'm back and I've brought some resources for you. So you could see a little bit more money coming in the month of December. Also, I feel like there could be a new project as well there. I mean, also with the Nine of Swords there, this is about you shifting negative self-talk. You really look back on the year and see that actually you were gentler with yourself. You recognize actually you're really strong and you have done so much, okay? And I really want you to be aware the Ace of Swords is breakthrough. But it's also, you know, the beginning of something new. So you're looking forward to 2025 to see what is on offer there. But you're in balance. I feel like you see more friends during this month. Six of Pentacles, also, I see a debt being repaid in some way. But I also see you getting something free in this month as well, like a free gift or a gift you were not expecting. The Nine of Swords is a really important card when you get it with the Devil card, because it means, you know, that there's false evidence appearing as if real. In terms of anxiety, okay? So it's fear. Something may, you know, push your buttons or trigger you to feel a little bit anxious, but I feel like you've got this. You follow your heart. You may feel a little bit exposed in the month of December. So it could be a conversation with somebody who had the power to affect your emotions in some way. But you recognize actually they cannot do that anymore because you have changed. You've matured, you've grown, and you've gone through a major period of personal development and growth. But also this is a high potential month for you attracting something new that will transform your life. So another good opportunity coming in here for you. Aces, I mean, the key represents your destiny and you seeing things clearly, but also having a major breakthrough. So this is also the law of fate and karma. So when this person from the past reaches out, you'll see that karma actually paid them a visit. And if they treated you in a negative way, you'll actually see that this person, they got paid by the karma fairy. Let's put it that way, okay? I'm just going to get some final cards before we close your reading. Yeah, big year for education for you there as well. Taking courses, booking stuff that really interests you to expand your mind, but also to accomplish whatever it is you want to. You may develop new skills in order to help you conquer something. Okay, so we also have freedom, the power to do what you want, and Wheel of Fortune. OMG. You know what? This year, 2024, I'm so glad I'm a Scorpio too. I mean, this year seems like it's totally going to rock for us. We got Doorway, and it's about time, right? We got Doorway here. It says open to possibilities, potential, jobs opening, taking steps, walking away from things that no longer serve you, risks, and shifting your focus. And that definitely is something that came out in the reading for you there as well. We've also got education. Okay, and it says here, knowledge is power. Study, teach, training, reading, writing, publishing, advance. I mean, I said all that. That definitely came out in the energy, and it's clarified by this card as well there. Something briefly came up, and I think it was the Taurus reading, but I'm not sure 100%. In stillness comes wisdom, and you're being given pockets of stillness throughout the year in order to really tap into that inner wisdom. It really will help you. We have freedom, so that's to live life on your own terms. And it says power to do what you want, celebrating independence, and nothing can stop you. Okay, so as you can see there, this person is following their heart. And finally, we got Wheel of Fortune. Loving this card. Love this card so much. And it says, things working out in your favor. Lucky moment, phase, situation, fate, destiny, and change. And the one thing that you're going to be open to this year is to be flexible with the changes, because I feel like things work in your favor. Okay, so we've actually got one rune. Everyone's getting one rune. That's really strange. And this is the hero rune. This is all about your potential, okay? The freedom to do whatever it is you want, a combination of all your skills, your determination, and your drive to get what you want. You know, positive consequences happening this year. You know, you're affecting change. It could also be a marking of an ending, bringing new beginnings, portals opening up for you, mindfulness there as well. But, you know, the hero rune is like going above and beyond to do something really special, but also to shine your light, to be appreciated for who you are and what you do and what you accomplish, but also, you know, your presence alone is being celebrated this year. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Scorpio. Very complex as usual, but if it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.